All right, sweet. We're in business. I'm recording too, so.
All right. I guess I'll go. All right. You ready, Matt?
Yeah, let's roll.
All right. Welcome back to the Just Critting Around Sportscast. I'm your host, Chris, the OG host. All right. to my left, I don't know what it looks like on the screen, but to my left, one of the day ones, we added him first, Matthew Thompson.
Yes, sir. What's going on, fellas? Everything is good here. As you see, I got on my UE shirt, so that could only mean that Mr. Jarris Jones, the founder of UE Game Wire, UE Sport, just UE Empire, is Empire. Hosting with us today.
It's got
What's
a
going
nice
on,
ring
man?
to it.
I like that UE Empire. It is an empire. What's up, y'all?
And nothing much, man. How you doing, Jarris? Welcome back to the show. Normally, you're just a top hat guest.
Well, I got upgraded this week.
Yeah,
you can't replace
you got that two-way contract, all right? You're down in the D League.
Right.
We need you. You come up. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I hope when I score more than 4 points a game, maybe I can get a long-term contract. I don't know what to see. You got to talk to Jay Ladd.
We'll see. And last but certainly not least, the man with no face. He's not a legend yet, but he will be. Aaron Diggs.
The shadow.
What's up, y'all? Hey, man, it feels good to actually have another DMV host here. So it's kind of like DMV versus
you guys are
North
literally
Carolina.
like the opposite teams of each other. So
Well, yeah,
nothing-
that's true, too.
But this is DMV versus the Carolinas. This is pretty much.
That's not a fight that y'all want to have, though.
Yeah, no.
I don't mind that.
Let's keep
Our
it simple.
basketball products better.
Yeah. We got a lot of products
Every-
coming from the DMV. Carolina, I don't know too much.
Y'all got politics. That's it. Anyway.
They ain't
Got
really
some
got
Super
that on
Bowls,
lock
too.
these days.
Yeah, that's not on lot.
Let's not talk politics.
Look, man. Enough of
We got
that.
some Super Bowls.
F your Super Bowls too. All right, how about that? All right, we're just going to transition right into the show, fellas. So we're going to kick it off. We got a little bit of everything today. We got NFL, well, mostly NFL, a little bit of NBA with some knuckleheads, and obviously top hat, some moves. So we're going to start with the NFL preseason. A couple updates. We had our first week. A lot of people look good. There's some really strong impressions were made. Not many negative ones were made, to be honest. So, what's also to you, Matt, first? There's certain things. Sammy Watkins just got traded recently. Jordan Matthews got traded back to the Bills to replace him. Trent Murphy's out for the season. And the Bucs actually released, the highest drafted kicker since 70s or whatever.
After 1 year.
Right.
I feel like, burning that number 2 pick, they might should have let that,
They traded up for that pick too.
That Florida State career can't just be a fluke.
He's going to get another shot, right?
Yeah,
he has.
He's already got picked up.
He already got
Chicago.
picked up.
Okay.
Yeah. It wouldn't be surprising at all if he just sets the world on fire.
You
this
said
year
the
in
who
Chicago.
picked him up? The Chicago Bears?
Yeah, the Bears got him. Yeah.
See, honestly, that blows my mind. Because like you said, those numbers he put up were ridiculous
For real.
in Florida State.
He was
he
automatic
didn't miss, right? And
from-
then he
from
misses
distance.
3.
Yeah.
After that rough year, that's cool, bro. You're a rookie. You're in the NFL. Shake it off. But to come into your first preseason game and miss 3,
that's bad.
while the Panthers rookie's hitting a 51-yarder,
Oh boy.
making it a kicker battle against Graham Gano, you got some work to do. That's
Why don't kickers get enough love when it comes? Because honestly, if you're looking at who scores the most in NFL games, the kickers dominate that category. Kickers.
Yeah.
Matt Bryant averaged 10 points a game for the Falcons. Kickers are extremely important when it comes to an offense.
Especially now, since they moved the extra points back.
Kickers do get love though, because they're so valued. When you get a good kicker, you try to hold on to them. You know what I mean? Kickers, not every team has a good kicker for a reason.
That's true.
Because Graham Gano was good 1 year, and look at the next. Now he can't hit anything.
So what is that? Do you think that's a mental thing, or is that like golf where you get the
100% mental? You don't just lose your leg
mental.
power.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
mental.
you miss 1 or 2 in a row, and you're like, "Yo, something's wrong." You try to fix this or that. It's like shooting a basketball. You go through your slumps.
Kicking has to be one of the hardest positions because out of the entire sport of football, everyone's watching the kicker. He's by himself. He's back there. Of course, the placement has to be right, but there's so much pressure in being a kicker, even when it comes to extra points, because sometimes the extra points is a difference in winning games. It's difficult because teams are relying on you. They think that you are going to be the one that's going to give them points in this instance. And so, I think a lot of it is mental.
It's so tough to move the ball on defenses these days that 3 points is so valued. It's probably devastating for an offense to say, hey, we moved the ball down. Just put yourself in the shoes of the Vikings, 2 years ago?
Oh man, that was rough.
With Blair Walsh. And Blair Walsh had himself a career at Georgia just like Robert Aguayo. You know what I'm saying? Like the numbers they put up are ridiculous. And he actually came in the league and was good, but it's just one day he just forgot how to kick almost.
I think it's the fact that you almost expect the points. You know what I'm saying? Like they're kind of like referees. Like they only make the news if they do something wrong. You know what I'm saying? If they hitting the 45, 50 yard, it's like, okay, you were supposed to do that. If they're missing that 45 yarder, then the whole world is crushing them. So I think that's got to be a lot of pressure on.
It's just tons of pressure, literally tons. Like I could only imagine, like. Especially when the game's on the line, think about it when you're under pressure and you're nervous. Like everybody can say I wasn't nervous, but when you're going into it, you're thinking about it. Like what goes first, and that's like your legs, kind of. You know what I mean? Like
your legs get a little shaky.
Yeah, exactly. So and that's their life. So I don't know.
Do you guys think that was the worst pick
ever? Ever?
I mean, there were words going around that was the worst pick in NFL history.
I mean,
but what if he turns around and kills it with the Bears?
Then it will be the worst trade or the worst drop, the worst release, I guess.
It wouldn't fall into that,
but in my opinion, though, like with the second round pick, I mean, the Bucs right now are pretty not loaded, but they're pretty good. So, what is that second round pick ultimately? What would that have given them? It's hard to say. Yeah, it's hard to say. I mean, we're looking at it in hindsight right now with how bad he was. Like, I don't know.
You could still have
at least it wasn't the first round pick.
You still have a receiver or somebody in a rookie contract. They don't really need receivers, but you can still have a valued member on your team on a nice 3-year rookie contract right now. And instead, you got an empty spot. That spot is burned, or that draft pick is just burned.
Yeah.
So,
well, I mean, speaking of trades or drops and bad moves, words going around the league. Did a lot of people think this is a bad move with Sammy Watkins being traded to the Rams? What's your guys' take?
I think it's a bad move for the Rams.
For the Rams?
Wow, that's okay.
I mean, the guys, his contract's coming up. I don't think he hasn't impressed me. I don't think he. I mean, y'all. I think he has in Buffalo. They lack on corners already. I don't think they should have traded him.
But I think Sammy Watkins in the games, obviously he doesn't stay healthy, but to play devil's advocate in the games he does play, though. I think he was like second in yard or average per catch and things. You know what I'm saying? Like he has that explosive power. I mean, the Rams don't really have a quarterback to throw to him right now, and we'll see what Jared Goff turns out to be. But piecing him, Sammy Watkins, if you can get him healthy and productive and on the field 24/7, basically, with Todd Gurley in that backfield, and you shore up the offensive line, like you have weapons for years to come.
Receiver core is right. Like they got Woods, they still got Tavon and then Cooper Kupp from last year, who didn't really see what he can do.
Cooper Kupp's about to be nice.
Like that's. I mean, if they can even get Goff, it's just
Cooper Kupp's a rookie this year.
Huh?
Cooper Kupp's a rookie this year.
Yeah, this year. Yeah. So if they can just do something respective, Goff can just manage
show progress.
Just show anything. Like just. I mean, that receiver core is ridiculous. Like I think they could be
out of this world.
And then with Gurley, they can't. They either can't load the box, so Gurley is going to eat, or they have to still load the box, and those guys.
And then make easy throw for Goff. Exactly. Like Goff can make a throw. It's just. If he's going to be open, I think he can make a throw.
And then you also got to look at my man Sean McVay took over the Rams now. So, you know what he did for us last year in the offense. I mean, man, I can't imagine what he's going to be able to do for them. I mean, their offensive prowess is going to be pretty big. I guarantee you they're going to have a great season.
Right. And then on the flip side, Sean McDermott took over for the Bills, and he got a defensive player in return. So maybe this is kind of, the new coach. I mean, they don't necessarily control it, but they're definitely chirping in the GM ear saying, hey, we need this. This is how I want to build my team around offense, around defense.
Don't you feel like, well, I don't know. I mean, I might have the Madden mindset, but I feel like for somebody like Sammy Watkins, you could have got more. Like you could have got.
Yeah, just on name alone and potential.
I agree.
But they obviously knew that they were going to get Jordan Matthews back.
True.
Yeah.
So maybe the deal wasn't as bad. And one thing we've noticed, like you said, with the Madden mindset, we all run our fake GM styles, but like when it comes to real NFL, things are not valued as high as we think.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But Chris made a good point earlier that Sammy Watkins just hasn't been healthy. I mean, I think he had one healthy season, and that was his rookie season. Other than that, he's lost.
Yeah, I think last year he played only 8 games.
Yeah.
I don't think he was healthy his rookie season.
Well, he played all 16 games, so he
it's
did?
It's just something in that Clemson water, man.
Oh boy.
I mean, Mike Williams is hurt already.
Yeah.
Like those receivers can't make it out of there. CJ Spiller.
I've heard corners talk though. Like I saw, I forget who it was now, and they said like I mean, I don't agree with it, but they said that he's every bit of Odell when he's healthy.
I mean, dude.
So I mean, that's
he's got wheels. So. That's what really helps. He's big with wheels.
He has that.
6 feet. He ran a 4.43, I think, right? I mean, so
something around there.
He definitely has a speed. He has a size that he can break away from press coverage. I mean,
so
prolific.
This is one that's kind of hot topic since the games have been played. What do you guys, honestly, Matt, me and you, we're Carolina boys, and I was thoroughly impressed and surprised by Mitch. Granted, regardless of who he was playing, I was very surprised. He looked poised. He made plays with his feet.
Yeah.
I mean, you saw me hook up with your man Vic. So, look, the sauce is back. Mitch Trubisky. Is there a quarterback controversy in Chicago?
I think it should be an open competition anyway. I mean, I know they pay what's the name, all that money.
Did you see what he did?
All that money, yeah. But it should be, if he's gonna play like that, if he puts in another performance like that this week, like they just got to go in. I mean, it could be the same as the Seattle situation where they brought in the big name for all the money, but then Russell Wilson comes in and performs, and so they got to make it an open competition and go with whoever plays the best. And if Mitchell's gonna play like that, then he deserves a run. But I mean, it's been quite a few rookie quarterbacks that are showing that they, might not have quite the learning curve that we thought they were going to have in the NFL.
We got to see when the regular season hits.
Yeah.
Look, dude, I'm on a roll with these turnarounds. Speaking of the NFL being easy,
oh boy,
my man's Leonard Fournette. What do you guys think?
I love his confidence. It's always great to be confident. I mean, he didn't actually have a great showing. He did get a touchdown, but I don't know.
He looked like a goal line back.
He did. I mean,
he didn't say it was easy though. He just said it was slower than he thought it was going to be.
It's easier than he thought it was going to be.
Yeah. Well, he started out by saying everyone said the NFL was faster. I didn't think it was faster. I mean, I don't know. To me, this is he's trying to boost himself up a little bit. He's put a target on him now. He's going to have to show out. I mean,
did he get hurt?
Like, look at him.
Yeah, he's hurt.
Yeah, he's hurt now. So like that's a bad look to say it's easy and then you getting injured in your first game. But I mean, I like the confidence. I would like I think he's comparing, championship level SEC to preseason football. That might be somewhat similar. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
You get into some real deal NFL, he's going to see the difference really fast.
I mean, when you're playing like an LSU defense 8 in the box every time, I mean, in Auburn. So, I mean, I definitely can see where he's coming from on that, but I don't know. Me personally, I think that's not what you want to say as a rookie coming in. I mean, especially with the team you have around you.
Yeah.
We don't know if Blake Bortles is going to pass the ball to your team yet. Like there's you got to run behind that offensive line. Luke Jokel's kind of trash. Like there's a lot of problems still in Jacksonville, regardless of the money they spend in the off seasons. There's a lot. Really, honestly, what just brings like random thought into my head. The whole tanking argument, like. What's the point of going out there and spending so much money on a player who's like what 29 or so coming off and like they're going to get the big money contract, so now all your money's shored up into one player, almost not one player, but you get what I'm saying. Like, but now you're showing that you want to win by paying for this player, but in reality you're just hurting yourself for the future.
Right.
So I don't know. It makes it tough.
I mean, you gotta keep your fans, show your fans that you're invested. But at the same time, I hated those years when the Giants would be like, 5-10, and then they'll go out and win, the next game, or they'll be 4. You know what I'm saying? Like they'll win the games at the end of the season. And I'm like, just lose those games so you can get a better draft pick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I've always hated that half-hearted tank or half-hearted, show of
just
faith
the guys.
At the end of the season.
It comes down to those guys who know they don't have the job next year, I guess.
Yeah.
And they just want to show out and show that they can play a little bit. Like they're not completely trash. They're not the reason the team is losing. I don't know. But we got ourselves the biggest controversy so far of the offseason right here. And luckily, none of us are Dallas fans. So Zeke Elliott receiving what's up?
Before we move to
we got
Zeke,
a question.
No, well, we got a resident Redskin, and we ain't talking
about
about
Trent
Trent Murphy
to say
yet.
that.
I mean, he could have brought it up. I was going to let him live.
Man.
We got to
slide
see.
through, man. I was going to let that slide through the cracks.
Look, we got to see how you feeling, man. Are you hurting right now? Like, what's happening?
The Redskins were hurting before this.
All right,
Let's be honest.
All right.
Come on. We got you on the show. There's a camera on you. We can see your face if you're lying. Let's be honest.
That's true. Well, look, losing Trent Murphy, it did hurt a little bit. I mean, that hurt our depth on the outside linebacker position. But out of all the positions the Redskins have, the outside linebacker is where they have their most depth, to be honest with you. I mean, they still have Junior Gillette. We have to make sure he can stay on the field. Of course, Ryan Kerrigan is
last
a staple.
couple years, right?
Yeah. He hasn't played in 2 seasons because of his Achilles. He popped his Achilles in training camp both 2 seasons. So he made it farther than he's ever made in the Redskins uniform. So we're happy about that. But I think if he can stay healthy, he can make some plays for us. Of course, we still got Preston Smith. You know, he can play. And Ryan Anderson we actually picked up from Oklahoma. So we have some players that could ball. I mean, Trent Murphy was a good run stopper. He wasn't good and when it comes to pass coverage, you know, he was one of those guys that didn't play it. He's not a 4-down outside linebacker, but it's going to hurt. And he was on his last year of his contract, so
it's going to hurt him.
It's going to hurt him for sure. But he gets to serve that 4-game suspension on IR, which is something that he had accrued in the offseason. So I think honestly he'll sign a 1-year deal to come back to the Skins to try to see if he can prove himself long term, but we'll have to see. I mean, he tore his ACL and his MCL. I mean, that's a whole season's worth of or I guess you could say years worth of recovery to come back. I don't even know, you know, how's that going to? I can't imagine that. It's just it's crazy. But
look, man, let's just hope that never happens to me. All right, look, my sprained ankles are enough.
Yeah, I can't imagine tearing 2 ligaments in your knee and then walking off the field smiling. I can't. Nah. I'm having tears in my eyes for sure.
Look, man, there's just something about the knees in DC, huh?
Oh boy,
we got Bryce Harper slipping off of bases. Man, don't know how to run a baseball.
I mean, he's okay though.
I mean, he's okay.
Yeah, it looked terrible.
Got the bone bruise.
It looked very. Yeah, I just saw the still picture of him like in midair. I'm like, oh man, like
why do we have slippery bases to begin with? Can we talk about that?
I mean, it's raining. How can you keep them dry? You're gonna put water repellent on there or something?
I mean, it's 2017. We got technology these days, man. You know what
I'm saying? Honestly,
I mean, come on.
One of these, like, I mean, I get why they got like bases off the ground. I don't know.
Yeah, it was terrible because he slid and then once his foot hit the dirt, his knee just like locked immediately. Like But yeah, I'm glad he's okay. He should be back for the postseason. So
yeah, he'll be fine.
Yeah.
Before we get to Zeke, since not even that. So really, you didn't answer my question. Okay. You really think the Redskins are going to do anything this year? I mean, Kirk's gone. We know Kirk's gone.
Okay, no, he's not
unless
gone.
he Braves y'all to the championship.
Look, I'm telling you this right now, and you heard it here first on Just Crit, and it's an exclusive for you guys because you know I got the inside scoop. The Skins are going to franchise tag to Kingdom Come Kirk Cousins. They're not going to let him go.
They'll be paying a man $100 million in a couple
I'm telling you, man. Look, they want to see something from him. You know, they want to see that he's grown, getting out of his ability to.
I feel like he has.
He has, but in big games when we need him against the Giants last season, he threw 3 interceptions.
Yeah,
like he has to get past that. And I think and there's 2 sides to this. And from a fan side, I say just sign a guy. We haven't had a consistent quarterback since I don't know when. Since Jason Campbell, I guess that was the last time we actually had a quarterback that actually was here for a period of time. I haven't seen consistency at a quarterback position. Kirk Cousins is a godsend. We need to keep him here, roll with him. And, you know, he's going to throw his interceptions. That's cool. Maybe we build a defense that we don't have to worry about him scoring so much, or maybe get a run game up so that we don't have to worry about him throwing.
If Kirk Cousins is a godsend, Cam Newton is Jesus.
Well, look, man, we're talking about the Redskins here. How many times have we had quarterback controversy? It's ridiculous. So. I mean, but I think from a team standpoint, they want to see a quarterback that's going to win. And I think that we need to get away from the fact that he may not be able to carry games. You know, he's going to put up yards this season, 5,000 passing yards, 30 touchdowns. That's cool. But when the game comes on the line, when we need this touchdown, he may not be able to do it. And we have to be aware of that, you know, and just worry about other things that's going to be able to get us there. Run game, defense. I mean. But that's just my take. I don't know what we're going to do this season. I think we won't be. I think we're going to probably be around the same we were last year. We was like 7-9-1 or 7 whatever that was. We lost that stupid game in London to the Bengals, but
yeah.
I think we'll be in the mix of the last couple of games, and then we'll see what happens. So,
I mean, only reason that's possible now is because of our next news with Zeke going out, maybe. But they still have a stable there.
They're cool. So I mean, their offensive line isn't what it used to be. I mean, I think they're missing some pieces now.
I mean, I think their defense is still bad too. But and all in all, I just don't think the Redskins have. I mean, you lost pretty much all your. I mean, we got unproven weapon in Josh Doctson coming in. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's expecting him to replace, but that's just expectations. It's not reality yet.
That's true.
So I don't know. We'll see. I feel like you guys lost a lot comparatively, especially to like a Giants. Like I think the Giants will probably end up winning that division. I think the Eagles obviously got better. So
I think the Skins had, I definitely didn't like their offseason. I'm not a Skins fan. Hopefully y'all are more okay with it than I would have been. But I just saw them taking net losses throughout the whole offseason. So unless they get some, really positive steps from their young guys, then I think they're going to definitely take a step back.
I do like Pryor, though.
Well, we'll see if he can stay healthy.
I mean, he's there for a year, though.
Yeah.
There's a lot of ifs on the Skins. I think, honestly, our defense has gotten better than it was last year. Our safety play last year was atrocious.
That wasn't hard to do.
I mean, yeah, but still, and anything defensively getting better is a good thing, because we couldn't catch the field on third downs last season, and it was the most frustrating thing you can ever watch. But if we can get that a little bit better, I think Kirk will do okay. Our offensive line stay consistent. I mean, we're healthy there. Run game, it's all right. But, it's just there's a lot of question marks. I think Terrell Pryor will do okay. Josh Doctson, if he can stay healthy, I think we'll be fine in that department too. But it's a lot of ifs, man. They have to prove it. We'll see.
And another if.
To the Giants.
What if?
Oh, okay. I thought I heard Matt say something.
Well, what if you say they're gonna keep franchise tagging him? So he's gonna get franchise tag next year for $35 million, I think it is.
You guys are willing to do that?
Well,
and are y'all gonna be able to bring any of the players back that you want, like Terrell Pryor?
What if he has a good year?
That's a good question. I mean, that's going to all kind of come down to it. I think we should, like I said, I think we should sign Kirk Cousins long term. I mean, that's what I believe should happen. And I think, honestly, he didn't sign long term because he knew the Redskins were going to keep trying to franchise tag him. So what's the purpose in signing a long term deal when I can just keep getting franchise tag for guaranteed money? So I don't know. I think that was the smartest thing for him to do.
And
it was definitely smart for him.
I lie on the side of the fence that, like you were saying earlier, you haven't had consistent quarterback play. If you got rid of Kirk Cousins, who is going to come in and play anywhere near a level of Kirk Cousins?
And the Redskins aren't going to be bad enough to get one of those lottery those picks to be able to get the top quarterback.
You're not going to get a Sam Darnold or a Josh Rosen or whoever is going to come out this year, or the guy from Wyoming.
Colin Kaepernick? Never mind.
I mean, y'all can go for it.
No, they can't do that. They already got the Redskins controversy. Then to bring him in, they would be.
Yeah, they hung up on site.
So we got to get to Zeke now, man.
Yeah, let's go to Zeke, man. Other side of the NFC East.
Still 6 games.
Like, I heard that he was going to get suspended through the grapevine. I'm thinking 1 or 2 games.
Oh, dude, I was thinking 4 max.
Yeah, maximum. And then I think they came out with 6. Like, that just blew my mind.
Well, isn't that the new policy, though? If it's your first one, you get 6 and then
for domestic violence. But I didn't think that they were going to have it. I thought they were going to get them with code of conduct.
Well, apparently, within the reports, it's Roger Goodell and the NFL, along with the investigator, believe the girl's statements that she was hit and blah, blah, blah. Which just goes to show the absolute power that Goodell has and ultimately how unfair it is. I mean, like, we don't know what's in those reports yet. I'm not aware.
They actually said earlier today he had a very minimal role in the whole investigation.
Yeah, he was advised. I think.
But I mean, he's not doing the investigation. He's hiring somebody to do it.
True.
But then he's the judge, the jury, and the executioner.
Right.
So he decides that, hey, John Brown, the kicker from the Giants, gets 1 game. I mean, regardless if it's Pryor, Zeke wasn't charged. I mean, in the court of law, I guess they settled, but still, I don't know. It's hard to say without any film evidence. I mean, I understand Ray Rice getting 6 games, you know what I mean? But without any physical evidence that I've seen,
pictures. There's a bunch of pictures. Yeah, you can't. And they said forensics, confirmed them, but I don't know what that means. I don't know if that means that they know that he inflicted those wounds, or they just know that they are legitimately her and they are wounds, on her. But it's difficult in a situation like that because a lot of domestic violence goes unreported, or or the woman doesn't press charges, and so the guy gets away with it, which isn't right either. So it's like a real fine line between.
I mean, It definitely doesn't help with everything else he's been doing recently.
Exactly. Like you kind of believe, he might be a bad guy. He might.
You're
be
like, oh,
that because of the other.
He's out here taking girl shirts off in a parade.
Yeah, they said that actually hurt him a lot more than he thought.
Yeah. I'm sure.
Yeah,
but at the end of the day, I'm more of a whatever kind of guy, so that doesn't bother me.
I don't really think it's I won't say I don't think it's a bad thing because in the past we've seen them be too lenient on some of these type of things. I don't mind this as long as this is the new standard. From this point forward,
it needs to be everybody going forward.
As long as we see these type of domestic violence cases getting the same type of punishment, it's going to seem kind of fake, and so. But like I was like you, I didn't think it would be that much. I mean, Jerry Jones was real confident that he was going to, everything was going to be fine. And normally when Jerry smiles, everybody else smiles back. But I'm glad in this instance, not just because I'm a Redskins fan, but because the stance was hard and there was no wavering in their investigation.
Do you think he gets
ability to do it?
Do you think the appeal takes any games off?
Not if the evidence is what they say it is. If they determine that he really had a hand in this and he really did this, then it's going to be 6 regardless because it's written in the bylaws now that's the minimum for a first time offense. So
my thing is, I think that they're going to be fine though at running back. I mean, you have Darren McFadden, who if he gets hurt, then you go right to Alfred Morris, who is still in his prime.
Yeah,
he just happened to get signed. I don't know why he didn't go somewhere else.
He should have went somewhere else. He could have been the Giants right now. Right. Like he would have been starting the last.
Like he can start on pretty much any team that he wanted to, but he's a third string running back behind Zeke and injury prone McFadden.
I don't want to talk about Alfred Morris.
Look, man, you guys should have kept him.
Alf was a beast, man.
I loved Alf, man. That was my homie right there, man. I don't know what they got rid of him for. Matt Jones.
All right.
Out of all running backs.
All right, a subpar Alfred Morris.
This is stupid.
Yeah. Look, that's just the story of the Redskins. So
the Redskins way.
All right. Not much more to say about them. Do you guys got any other impressions you saw out there this week?
You don't want to talk about your boy, Chris? I mean, I was waiting for you to talk about your boy.
You want me to
I was waiting for you to say something about your boy, man.
You talking about Christian McCaffrey?
Right there. He was fishing, trying to hope for somebody.
No. I wasn't. I really wasn't. But this looks like I was. All right. This looks like this is what was happening, but I promise I wasn't. Are we talking about McCaffrey now?
Go ahead.
He looked good. He looked good. He was running in between the tackles with the first stringers. Like he against the Texans too, of all people. Like I thought he looked really good. I mean, for what he was asked to do, which was very little because it's a preseason game. I mean, that first run he had, he's so small behind the line, it's hard to find him. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like when all of them are grouped up, he's just patiently waiting. Like that's the one thing. He's so patient. He knows where he has to go when he wants to get there, and he's going to get there. He has that one-step explosion is what he was showing. So, and obviously great balance because he was finishing some of those runs on the ground, basically. I don't know. I think big things for the Panthers are to come. I mean, I saw KB he looked pretty good out there. I mean, 2 catches? So, I mean, that one catch, the very first play of the game, he stiff-armed one player to the other. You'd never see that from Kelvin Benjamin. He's not ever run after the catch. Like, he looked good. And then it's not like he was over scrubs. It's over a good defense in the Texans. So, I don't know. And that was without Cam Newton. So we'll see. I think I can see why you say 9-7. I mean, it's a tough division with the Falcons and the Bucs now, and the Saints are going to be better. But I think that the Panthers are going to be more closer to the not going 15-1, but closer to that team that we saw than the one we saw last year. I think our corners are improved.
So 10 wins this season.
Oh yeah, I'm thinking.
Oh,
so I like the last 2 years to me. Like I don't think they were as good as that 15-1. And I don't think they were as bad as that, whatever they were, 6-10 last year. I think that, football is so kind of random sometimes where things just gel. 1 year things gel perfectly and you got Ginn out there looking like an MVP, catching all the home run balls. You got Cam out, what I'm saying, at the MVP level. And then the next year, none of those things work. So it kind of just depends on how these things gel with Cam. If Cam and McCaffrey get it going, and KB can stay healthy, and they get anything out of Funches and out of any of their other receivers, then I think they could be better than my prediction.
Well, and if you actually watch how the Panthers played just briefly with Christian McCaffrey now, and Jeff Swartz brought it up, former Giants guard, I believe. Yeah, he brought it up, and basically the Panthers are installing a lot more of those outside zone runs now. So before with Jonathan Stewart, it's all, a read option with Cam going to the outside or inside zone with Jonathan Stewart. So now having Christian McCaffrey, we can have outside zones, which will stretch the defense because they're going to try to get to the corner, and there's open cutback lanes, open inside zones. There's just so much more versatility that we have now with Christian McCaffrey. We have a healthy offensive line, both Khalil brothers. We honestly have one of the best centers in the game. Trey Turner is one of the best guards in the game. So, and our defense is back, fully healthy, fully stocked. We got Mike Adams from your Colts, Aaron. He's still good regardless how old he is. Mm-hmm. And I don't know. Our corners are definitely going to be better. Bradbury, I'm expecting big things from. I think you'll hear a lot of Bradbury's name coming up this year. And Worley is a good B corner. So I think the Panthers are good to go. As long as Luke Kuechly doesn't get a concussion or Thomas Davis doesn't get hurt, we're good. That D-line is vicious. Our D-line is deep and vicious.
The defense, I think, will still be good. As long as the secondary shores up, then I think the defense will be better.
I think our secondary is good. Like I said, Bradbury, Pro Football Focus ranked him at 85.2, which was the highest among all rookie cornerbacks for a whole year. So, and he's playing people like Julio Jones, Mike Evans. He's pairing up one-on-one with those kind of receivers, Brandon Cooks. I think he's going to be the real deal, and people just don't know him as much because he's from Gardner-Webb, and it's obviously his second year. So, I think the Panthers will be good. And you heard it here first. Every week.
See, man, 3 weeks away.
Right?
It's coming. It's coming.
We got the 49ers, so even if we're like, Cam, sit, we got Derek Anderson, one of the best backups right now.
Yeah, he can chill week one. Y'all will be good in that game.
McCaffrey's going to look real good. Plus or minus, I was about to say, I want to say it, but I don't want to because it's going to be recorded.
Go ahead and say it, man.
But my man McCaffrey, because look, he's getting at least 10 touchdowns total because Jonathan Stewart's going to get hurt. Let's be honest, and he's going to be a starting running back. That's my whole thought process.
I can see that total, receiving touchdowns.
Yeah, receiving and because, bro, he is going to be literally Charles Davis said if there was no receiver or if he would have classified as a receiver, he had the best routes. So you put that out of the backfield on a linebacker every time. Wow. I mean, it's going to be with Greg Olsen still there. We're forgetting about my man, old man Greg.
Greg ain't happy right now, though. He might not have the best year.
You think he's going to throw it? Come on, dude. He's a good family man. You see him? Come on now. He ain't going to throw no game. Ain't no football player throwing it. What you saying? He ain't
he doesn't. Let's say he don't get hurt either.
Yeah, exactly. He's an Iron Man. But anyway, from one big man to another, Zach Randolph arrested in Memphis. Or was it Memphis? No, Sacramento? Where was it?
No, Sacramento.
Yeah,
he's in L.A. It was in L.A. actually.
So he's in L.A., which doesn't surprise me even more. So he was arrested with intent to sell, which was the charges, for roughly 2 pounds of marijuana on his person when he was arrested. I believe it was a block party. Long story short, it was like a block party. The cops came. A dispute happened. 3 guys ran. They got the 3. One happened to be Randolph, and I guess they had 2 pounds of weed on them, which is a misleading headline, right? Because all ESPN ran was blah, 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 intent to sell. My group chat's blowing up. Oh, Zach Randolph selling weed.
Right.
What a dunce, blah, blah, blah. But in reality, that's just how the law is structured.
That's just the amount that he had
Exactly. That doesn't mean he was sitting there dime bagging to people like, oh, you want this? Here you go. Here you go. When they're in LA and you can get a medical card, they don't turn you down for medical cards out there.
He got busted for supplying. He was supplying the party.
Exactly. And he was like, yo, I got you. I got mad stacks.
Exactly. Which I would expect. I mean, I would also expect him to give the money to one of his boys to go get it and bring it instead of having it on him.
You mediate it. You move all the chess pieces.
I'll provide the money, but I'm not touching it. You know what I mean? But
as long as I get my money back.
I just want to know where did he's was he 6'9", 6'10"?
Yeah.
Where does he think he's running?
Yeah, that's I was going to say the same thing, man. He's not running for nobody out there.
Exactly.
Hey, man, he's an athlete. He better be moving a little bit.
Nah, he a big dude, man.
He ain't never been fast.
You are not gonna miss. You ain't not gonna miss him, man. That's a giant running down the street with a backpack. Like, come on, man.
No alleys, man.
I wish there was video of what happened. Whoever threw the first bottle at the cops or whatever happened, whatever started it, he's probably hating them right now. But as we see with any media cycle thing, it's gone in a day. Nobody talks about it.
Easy. That's what trips me out about the whole cap thing. Everybody acts like it would be a year round, focus on from the media. Like if he got signed, it would be a big deal for like 2 weeks, and nobody would even say anything.
They'd be like, "Oh, this thing's done now."
Right.
So since you brought up cap, before we move along, unless you guys have anything else to say about Randolph, anybody? Because that was pretty short and sweet. No, I just thought it was kind of blown out of proportion, just based on the tag.
Yeah,
clickbait,
exactly.
Yeah. So obviously, me being the only white male here, you guys heard about the rumblings of, famous black people, African Americans, protesting, basically trying to demonstrate by not watching the NFL. Where do you guys lie on that gauge? Like, what is that like? Your opinions. What are your opinions on it? Because I don't know. I don't think it's going to hurt the NFL, but I just wonder what you guys think.
So they're not watching the NFL?
Well, like Spike Lee and people are calling for like African Americans to not watch the NFL, basically. By them not watching, they'll hurt the NFL enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm still watching the NFL.
Yeah, I mean, for one, that's never going to happen. Yeah. And two, I don't really think this is I don't think he's being blackballed because he's black.
Yeah.
I think that teams just don't want to deal with the backlash of signing him. I don't think it was, I think it's just so much vitriol and backlash because of his particular form of protest. I don't think it was what he was protesting. I think it was that he sat down for the anthem, and people take that as anti-military. Yeah. So, you know what I mean? I don't really think that this crosses that line to be like, oh, well, black people shouldn't support this product because, you know what I mean? Like they still employ and pay millions to all the, hundreds of black people. So, I mean, I don't really think that is, I don't think that correlate, that correlation between race and between that situation is apples to apples.
I mean, everything is race these days. Everybody makes everything race. That's my opinion. Yeah. I mean, you all know me. Nothing, skin tone don't bother me at all. Like if you're a cool person, you're a cool person. Like the whole people sitting down, I thought was way overblown anyway, like kneeling and things like that. And now we see Michael Bennett sitting and
beast mode.
Obviously, well, he's sat for his whole career, right? Yeah. So
that's what's funny about it. Like nobody ever said anything about that for his whole career.
Exactly.
Beast mode though, man. You can't talk to beast mode like that.
He didn't even say what it's for. He just.
I'm sure they don't care if he doesn't care if they blackball him either. Like I'll just go back and retire.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. The NFL, I mean, it's always going to dominate.
Yeah,
but
I agree. I don't know. I think Matt has a really good point. It's not really racially motivated. I mean, of course, that always plays a part. It's more so of teams being afraid of that headache. I mean, look at the Ravens. They on their own when they had their quarterback issues, brought Kaepernick's name up so they can kind of see how the public was going to, react.
Brought him back into the spotlight.
Correct. And it was a smart move because they were immediately able to see how the fans are going to react, whether they're going to get the backlash or whether they're going to get the support to see if they want to even go that route. And it's unfortunate that it's like that, but it's the way business works. They want to make sure that the fans are happy. They're the ones who are going to be, coming to the games and they don't want the headache of having protesters and constant questions every week about how they feel about him doing this and that, and it just causes too much of a backlash.
People just gotta let people do their own thing, man. That's what it comes down to.
I agree.
Like it shouldn't bother you that Kaepernick kneeled. It really shouldn't at all.
Yeah.
No,
like what?
That's what's crazy about me.
Everybody's watching.
It was the most peaceful, calm, non-violent, non-offensive.
Who's watching it? And you guys aren't standing behind the TV. Y'all are sitting down eating potato chips.
Unless they throw a clip on them. That's the only way you're going to know if you're watching it on TV.
Exactly. Ain't nobody standing or singing it. They're just watching. But anyway, let's move on to, we all love basketball here. And the NBA, they wanted to drop a little tease for us. They dropped the schedule, the tip-off schedule, and the Christmas Day schedule. And so we got some games on October 17th. The Cavs, Celtics, Rockets, Warriors. The next day, we got the Sixers, the upstart, the Feds versus the Wizards. They probably going to beat the Wizards. T-Wolves versus the Spurs. We got Knicks, Thunder, Clippers, Lakers, Bucks versus Cavs, Warriors, Pelicans. There's a good slate of games. Which one of these – what are you guys more – obviously, we know where Jones lies because one of his favorite team is one of the teams. But me and Matt, we don't got a favorite team in this. Our team only plays in our local area. So what are some games you guys are interested to see?
I'm kind of interested to see that new look Rockets team against the Warriors, especially if, I guess there's still talks for Melo. So we'll see if they pull that off or not. But just to see how CP and Harden coexist, they were looking good when they were playing in the Drew League or wherever they were playing this year. So it'll be interesting to see that game, especially against the best team in the NBA with the Warriors on that opening tip. So that'll be interesting.
And excuse me, I forgot you're a Knicks fan. Your team is on this list, but I don't know why.
I'm a Knicks fan, but it's
you're a closet Knicks fan.
I'm a closet. Yeah, I'm not even in the. It's tough.
You in the box to the left in the closet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, we know where I'm interested to see how the Cavs are with Kyrie or without Kyrie. Yeah. Are they going to play well together on the court, even if he's going to be there for 6 months and get traded for Teague and Wiggins or whatever it is, or is he going to be traded before? Like, what are they? That is what I really want to see. Obviously, I love LeBron.
Question mark, right? For that,
that's a big one.
That's the first game of the season. Like that's
because I think ultimately, even if they stay on the team together, I think they'll hash out the differences because they're professionals. I think they'll at least put it aside for the season. It might hurt them for like series or something, but I still think they have the talent to beat anybody in the East with that roster. Obviously, other than that, I really want to see the Thunder, but they're playing the Knicks, so don't really care because they're just going to win that, right? Cavs Bucks will be good. Warriors Pelicans will be a good one. See how Boogie and Davis do with the offseason under their belt. Boogie is in phenomenal shape now. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. And obviously Christmas we'll get the finals rematch. What do y'all think about the Warriors going after Paul George next offseason? Will y'all stop watching the NBA? Because I might.
That might take me over the edge. Like I didn't mind them.
We are gonna start a petition. If he goes to the Warriors, we are bringing EuroLeague basketball here. We're watching that on TV.
Look, man, this is what y'all wanted. All right, this is what you
no.
This is what you guys wanted. You guys want super teams. You guys want the best players going to wherever they want because it's a players' league and they have the ability to go where they want. It's their line. I get all that. But you guys were very happy with seeing Kevin Durant go over to the Warriors. You have no issue with it.
I was. I mean, I argue vehemently.
You better not say
against everybody.
That's the chumpiest move I have ever seen.
I hated it. Y'all know I hated it.
3-1. Come on, bro. Go somewhere.
Which is kind of why I wasn't so mad at Kyrie for his stance and wanting to leave because I respect a player that wants to get his own team. Whether or not he can do it is a whole nother deal. But hey, he wants to make his own name. He wants to be the guy. I respect that, and that's the kind of thing that I want to see, in the NBA. Let's spread the love, man. Let's not have all the players on the Western Conference on 2 or 3 teams in the league. I mean, it doesn't make any sense to me.
I just think, if the owners, he's going to shell out that money, I guess, for 1 year of that. There's no way they can afford 2 years of all those contracts and make money at the end of the day.
It would just be them 3.
Exactly. I think that would, if that ultimately did happen, if there's not already an asterisk on how good this team is now, there'll be an asterisk if they win with that. There's no way. People will be like, wow, well, they had the best team ever. Like, that doesn't, like, if KD ended up winning 6 because of that, all 5 would get taken away. You know what I mean? Like in the discussion, because that is just not fair.
I'm hoping that's just just
trolling.
I'm hoping they don't really trolling,
corporate trolling basically.
Yeah, I hope they don't, because like I said, I was all for KD. I'm all for players going wherever they want to go. And honestly,
obviously that would make Clay go somewhere though.
Yeah, if a team is gonna have, the Wizards have 3 max players, so who's to say that another team can't have 3 max players? They just happen to be better players. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't mind that as much, but at the same time, like, that would be ridiculous.
The Wizards have three homegrown max players.
But what's the difference?
Just
3 max players.
Time out.
Homegrown.
Do not call Otto a max player. I know he got max money.
I'm saying a max contract player.
Look, max players are players that get the max. That's that's the definition, and we got to stick by it. Or else
no.
You
can stick by it.
It is what it is.
All right, you can stick by it. Look, we all know Otto Porter is not a max player.
Well, look.
Allen Crabbe ain't a 4-year, $72 million player.
These guys
Mozgov ain't a 3-year, $60 million.
They qualify for the max. It's unfortunate in a lot of ways, but it is what it is, and we have to call it for what it is.
Look, can we talk about how the Nets finessed y'all?
Well, they did. I can't be mad.
They made y'all pay all that money. They said, you know what? We ain't even got to worry about the Wizards in a couple of years when we're good.
Yeah, that's not
all their money's going to be locked up in 3 players. One's a bum. Not a bum, but one's not a max player, basically.
Can we talk about
I got a question.
Player, man. I don't consider Beal one.
So with the way the style the Cavs play, which is mainly iso ball, do they even have to get along? Do they even have to have chemistry? Like, couldn't they just play without
because
chemistry?
when they first started, Kyrie and LeBron kind of had that rift, if you remember, where LeBron literally would just let him go and go sit in the corner. LeBron would literally sit in the corner and just watch him fail, basically, which is what Kyrie would do. He would fail, let's be honest. And he would. I assume they would go back in the locker room and he'd say, "Hey, look, like, I'm trying to show you how to win, not just how to look good on the camera." Because Kyrie is that good. Like, yeah, he can take anybody 1-on-1, but I don't know. Because if they want to win the whole thing, they need chemistry. That's for sure.
Yeah, against the Warriors, they need chemistry. Yeah. But against anybody else, maybe the Celtics, but against 95% of the league, I feel like they could just go out there and do
I think it's more because, like, LeBron is the way LeBron plays nowadays. He's not like the Heat LeBron anymore. He wants that half court, like, he'll push it up fast, but he wants the sets to be ran. You know what I mean? Like, he's gonna play through 3 different sets or whatever it is, and try to get the ball in the post and hold it till 12. That's how he plays. While Kyrie, on the other hand, will get a damn rebound and run down the court 1-on-5 and somehow make a layup. So it's 2 different styles already on the same team. And one passes the ball and is 6'8", and one does not pass the ball and is 6 foot. So I don't know. I thought they found a happy medium, but I guess we were all mistaken.
Yeah,
we were all goofed.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have left that team. That's all I'm saying. That's just me personally. Because he's still putting up numbers. You still a big name. You got your own signature shoe. It's coming out. My man Kyrie, what are you doing? Aaron, chime in, man. Give me an amen. Like, what are you doing?
I'm not even going to speak his name, so you can...
Where did Monte Ellis go?
Nowhere. He's still there.
What? Monte, you better sign with the Cavs?
Monte, come on down.
Right. You better sign that vet minimum. Chill
Tony
with
Allen,
Jefferson.
too. Both of y'all.
Look,
come on.
Both of y'all. Look, LeBron will pay your salaries happily. All right? You come on. You sign under his agent. You get a discount, something. I don't know. You get all for LeBron's, free Kyrie till he leaves. You know, you good to go. That's just my opinion. But it's time to move on the top hat, boys. We're going to close this show out with a bang.
Let's go.
Are we just going to do all 3 of these, Aaron?
No, we're just going to do 2.
All right.
I'm going to pull 2 of them. The first one, we got Stanley Johnson, which was already the first one on the list. Dropped 86 points in an OVO tournament game.
Nuts, but they do it in the NBA.
That's what they're saying. Is he poised for a breakout season? What do y'all think?
I mean, he is really good. I'm not gonna lie, and he's got a good coach in Van Gundy above him. Like, he's good, but 86 points in a tourney game is nothing to like. It's okay. I mean, it's 86 points, but you're probably not playing against the best. Like the OVO tourney game, has a lot of celebrities in it. I'm guessing because I didn't watch.
Yeah, shouldn't NBA players?
So it's probably them shooting.
Yeah, I mean, Dad, give him 40 shots a game. He should make most of them, especially if he's not playing against NBA talent.
Because think about it. In the NBA, you're not getting the ball that many times to score 86. Yeah, and you have Drummond on your team, and Reggie Jackson's kind of a black hole. So,
are we forgetting that Stanley Johnson only averaged 4.5 points a game last season? And suspended by his coach because he violated team rules. And
he probably learned, though. That's why he's poised. He's poised for a big year. Nah, I'm with you, though. I don't think so. I don't think this means anything on the grand scheme. It's not – I mean, it's semi like KD dropping 60 whatever at the Rucker, but, like, KD was already KD then. So that just shows you're nice against the YMCA ballers.
Yeah. You know, it's a good way to get your name out there. That's what's happening.
I got something after the show. All right, next one. Unless you got something, Matt. You watching highlights? No.
Yeah, I was checking out a couple of clips. They said it was about 4 or 5 NBA guys on the floor, but
but they ain't going hard.
They weren't really
playing real D out there.
Nah, they was just kind of
did they shoot your shot?
All-star game defense.
Yeah,
it's like your world.
Right.
Man. All right. San Diego State. The football team has 3 players on it that has chickenpox currently right now. Like, they're afraid of a chickenpox outbreak right now.
I thought you can't get chickenpox once you have it the first time.
You can't.
You can't.
I've never had it.
Yeah, what? I've never had it, but I also got a chickenpox shot. Like, I'm immune to it now, right?
No,
is that what I mean?
You can still get it.
You can still get that.
Then I get a chicken. When I went to college, I had to get shots for chickenpox. How do these guys have chickenpox?
Hold on, how have both y'all not had chickenpox?
What you mean? I'm a savage.
You realize that it gets worse as you get older, y'all.
Like I wish I had gotten it.
No.
I was younger, but I never did.
I haven't had chickenpox, but isn't chickenpox the same disease that mono is? So like mono is like the base of it.
It's not mono.
That's
it's
shingles.
Shingles. There you go. Yeah. There you go. So that's gonna suck for them later. I had a friend with shingles, and that didn't look too fun. But I'm a savage. I didn't get chickenpox. Nah, there's nothing much to say. I don't know. They need to hire new laundry interns, new equipment managers. It's also San Diego State. The best player to come out of there that I know is David Fales. Yeah, well, that says it all.
That's funny.
Well, what you Googling, Matt?
The percentage of adults who never had chickenpox, to see if we're in the vast minority or if we're
I swear, before I went to college, I had to get a chickenpox shot again, and I got one in kindergarten.
95% of adults had it before the age of 18.
Dang.
So we're in the 5%.
I get that 5% money, man.
You're going to walk in the store one day and a kid going to sneeze on you.
Yeah, my kids will probably get it and give it to me. That's probably what's going to happen. So hopefully that happens before
Dude, I swear you get vaccinated for this these days.
I don't know if there's a such thing. Is there such thing as a vaccination? So
they have a vaccine.
Yeah, there's a vaccination.
That's why I haven't had it. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, there's a vaccination. I got it, but
like you got it right now?
I still got the chicken pox.
You scratching right now? Like you legit got it?
I got 5 right now.
Matter of fact, one of my toes itching.
Nah. Yeah, no, you can get it. You can get it more than once, and it's like, if you get it again, it's much worse. Apparently, like I guess it's shingles at that point.
Oh yeah, shingles is bad, dude. I mean, this is sports related. High school soccer, my senior year, never played soccer in my life. Tried out. We were in state quarterfinals or something. Our best player had shingles, and like he was really good. Didn't go. I mean, we won because of him too, but he was in pain. Like we had to wrap him up in the ace bandage like 17 times, and like literally like if he got touched in the back or anything at all, he old manned it and fell down.
Oh man, that's crazy.
So, I definitely don't want shingles, so I'm gonna go for my yearly chickenpox vaccination.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask next time I go to the doctor to make sure I don't need no booster shots.
Hey, hey, can my kids get one of these? All right.
It scared me now. I forgot about chickenpox for a little while. It's been
Dude, honestly, I forgot that was a disease until I read this rundown. I honestly like what I was like chickenpox. I haven't heard that since I was like 7.
It's not something you get very often.
You don't want that.
Look,
you get it.
You know what else is something you don't get often?
What's that?
Now that we're done with everything that's scripted on the show, 2K or NBA Live trash. It's that game sucks.
Very much so.
I
recorded.
Only one
of us believes otherwise.
I recorded while I was playing, and like it's smooth, like the dribbling smooth, but like the way the game, like it's like longer animations, like smooth long animations. Like you do a dribble move and you beat them instantly. Like, and when James Harden at the end is like, "Are you ready to be the one?" I was literally like, "No," and I turned off my stuff. I stopped. I said no and stopped my recording. It was done.
It's fundamentally different than 2K. It's just you just got to look at it as a totally different game. It's hard coming over, trust me, because like I said, I haven't played 2K since I don't even know. Maybe PlayStation. When I had PlayStation, like PlayStation 2 or something. So it was a very different game for me to get into. But since I hadn't played 2K in a year, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna stick it out. I'm gonna see how it is. Let me try it, and I really enjoyed it. But you guys play 2K all the time now, so it's a much different transition for you guys because you're coming from a game that you know how to play. You've been playing. You can be consistently playing, and then it's like, what is this new game that has a totally different style, different flow, different animations? It's hard to kind of move over.
The Drew League thing is cool, like how you can do street ball and all that. But
it's not a bad game. I don't know.
It's twice as good as it was, but you talking about 2 times like a 20. So it's still 40 out of 100. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I think it's a little higher than a 40, but I get what you're saying.
I bet it'll get good reviews when it comes.
Man, and it's kind of first of all, can somebody tell me what is up with the passing?
What do you mean?
Like the lines that are like I was playing and I would try to like icon pass, obviously, and it would bounce pass to somebody across the court.
Because all right, so 2K, it's kind of weird because they have a bounce pass button. So it's a button specifically just to bounce pass, but they also have a button you can press to kind of do icon passing, or you can do specific passing based on what player is highlighted. So
with the line across the court. Get that line off my screen, dude.
So it's kind of awkward. You know, it took some time to get used to that. And then like, all right, what I don't like is a Euro step deal. You have to like double tap X, but X also is a shooting.
Yeah, so you do that in 2K too, though.
Yeah, I didn't like that too much, but you know, I mean, I thought it was pretty good. I was impressed because I went into the game thinking this is going to be horrible because 2K is the worst. But then I said, hey, they actually did some work. I actually think it's pretty fun.
They definitely did some work. I give them. They're going in the right direction, but they personally won't be getting my money this year. We'll see next year.
It's only $40, guys. It's not even a full price basketball game.
Okay, that's $40. I can go. That's what? How many? Hold up. That's 10 cookout trays. Or that's like 8 cookout trays.
Have cookout.
No, man, don't even say that. You was smashing it when you was
right.
I was hungry that day, man.
Like that.
Look, it was something to eat. You know?
Look, while we're on video games, last one. This is actually sports related these days. Esports, the Call of Duty Championship League. Look, I know y'all don't play it, and I know y'all don't really follow esports like that. And I don't even play it. I haven't touched this Call of Duty once. Never played it. I honestly haven't watched streams of it, but I watched this finals because obviously I'm an Optic fan. Like people on there, and it was for $1.5 million. I think like 600,000 for first, and like a whole bunch of storylines were within it. And they went to the Amway Center in Orlando. The joint was packed out. Like I'm talking like probably big 3 filled with people there. Like a lot of people there. Optic gets their first world or COD World Champs. Their curse is over. They finally win. And it was one of the most entertaining video game things I've ever seen in my life because they had to come from the losers bracket and beat that team twice. And they ended up, it was just wild. Like, if you guys ever have a chance, just shout out to the esports world. You guys need to go check out the final game, the final series, because I don't even like that game. Like I said, I don't know what's going on. Too much jetpacking. Things are going crazy. But, dude, the energy in that arena, like, that you could hear while the casters were, like, the production level was on point. Like, esports as a whole is just on the rise because this looked like a full-blown spectacle.
Yeah. Esports is popping, man. I mean, it's to me, this is the direction that we're going. A lot of people are going to hate on it, but esports is heading. I mean, heck, they're even talking about having esports in the Olympics in 2024 or something like that.
It's already in the X Games, so
yeah. So it's on its way. It's a totally different style of entertainment to watch, but it is incredible to watch. You're definitely right about that. I mean, you got Dota championships with teams winning $12.5 million
for
the first. So,
and the other teams are still getting paid.
Investors are there because the viewership is there. And
Robert Kraft just bought an esports team.
Yeah, for Overwatch. Yeah,
and I mean, Optic got sponsored by Chipotle. You imagine being on Optic right now? Bruh, my life would be made. You probably walk in and literally flash some card. And they're like, oh, come in the back. I got you.
Right.
It's our fresh chicken.
Spice bowl.
Yeah, this is our fresh chicken right here. But yeah, other than that, I'm gonna leave you guys the picture in one of our group chats on Facebook. Other than that, if you got anything to add, Aaron?
Hey man, I just want to say prayers up for the Nature Boy Ric Flair.
Yeah, that's a North Carolina homie right there.
Yeah, I heard he's in there. They put him under, man, in a coma. So I hope everything goes well with that.
I mean, dude, he was getting close.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds bad, but you saw him recently.
Yeah. It's crazy, man. As you get older, we're still young but older, and then you start to see people that when we was rooting for in sports or wrestling or whatever when we were young, and now they're 60s, 70s, 80s, like
they're frail.
More of these guys,
you think Herschel Walker ever gets old?
No, he's a vampire.
Yeah, I mean, like Bo Jackson, he's gonna be 90 and still be, shooting his arrows and still look like a monster. Like it is what it is. Some dudes never age, but
right.
It's just weird to see how some of the guys you kind of thought were larger than life, and now they're getting older and they're not larger than life. Like they're all getting out of here too. So,
look, I'm about to leave y'all a link of this video in the podcast chat. It's the reaction to when they won. But Anyway,
let's get out, man.
If anybody, that's what I'm saying.
Concise show.
Yeah, I was trying to get on out of here. Thanks for coming on the show, Jairus. Again, everybody, let's give him a round of applause.
Jairus will be here next week, though.
Oh yeah, he will. Jairus will be here, stepping in for Matt. Matt will be leaving us. That reminds me, what are we gonna do in OKC? Is that mean a live episode? Who knows?
I mean, can we do it? Yo, that would be hot. Straight from the mansion, you know?
Right, the mansion. Like, my feet gonna be crossed, kicked up.
Your toes gonna be sitting on Oakwood, man. You know, it's gonna be nice.
We're gonna get special guests for days on that one.
Right,
I'm tuning in hopefully next week, so I'll see what y'all talking about.
That sounds good. We'll be live next week. Justin Lavender will be back, the man behind the controls and his complex ways.
I'll have some things to say about the Giants next week because Matt won't be here. So
cool.
Oh yeah, didn't y'all had words, man? We can go ahead and get that in real quick.
We want the beef segment. Y'all go for it. I'm sitting back.
Look, Matt got something to say to me. What's up?
I mean, no. Somebody told me that they had a bet for me. So I'm trying to remember,
Oh yeah.
Somebody told me that.
All right. So this is as a little backdrop. Matt's a Giants fan. I'm a Redskin fan. We have words throughout the season how it goes. We got Terrell Pryor in. He's shown that he can play at the wide receiver position. Of course,
that catch was whack.
Excuse me.
That catch was whack.
What the one-handed catch in the back of the end zone?
Compared to what Odell Beckham just did.
Look,
come on.
A one-handed catch is a one-handed catch. I don't think you could do it, sir. Could you?
With those gloves, I guarantee you for a fact I'll catch it. Okay. How he caught it, his hand was under the ball. He was just like
he didn't jump in the
right.
He did not know what he was doing.
First of all, it looked like he was going like 50%.
He didn't have to jump. Well, dang, you're going 50% and catch a one-handed catch against a defensive back. I take it.
Bro, that defensive back was barely playing.
He was on the ground.
Any day.
While we got Odell Beckham reaching over folks, opposite hand, snatching. Come on now, that's a real one.
Then if you look at the replay, you realize.
Dude, how live were they?
Son, they are crazy.
They went crazy. It was their first win. And they literally went nuts. Like one of the best players on the team. Formal, Formal, Jairus.
Yeah, I know Formal.
Formal gets his first COD champs. Honestly, that's the GOAT. FPS player, best esports FPS player of all time, right there.
Well, people love, like I said, man, that team is a celebrity team of esports.
I know, but I mean, he wins world championship in Halo, and now this.
Absolutely.
He could hop on Halo and go win one right now if he wanted to. That's what makes him the GOAT. So,
all right. So what's this
bet? Anyway, back to the bet. I made a proposition that Terrell Pryor is going to have a better season than he did last year with the Browns. I think last year he had 1,007 receiving yards with 4 touchdowns, with 4 quarterbacks on the worst team when he was the only option. So I believe this year, with Kirk Cousins, with the Jordan Reeds of the world, with the Josh Doxsons if he's healthy, with the run game that we can actually move the football, with the Jamison Crowders in the slot, where he won't have to worry about being double covered, doesn't have to have the safety over top of him every time because you're going to have to worry about other things on the field. I think Terrell Pryor can get 1,200 yards this year. And
I agree with you.
I'm going to go ahead and kick it up to 7 touchdowns this season. I think those are going to be his stats that he will get with the Skins. And I believe that with those type of stats, we're going to have to sign him long term. Because he has the size, he has the speed, he has the work ethic.
You can't sign him if you franchise tag.
Look, we're going to take care of business. Somebody's going to get cut off the squad. I don't know who's going to be. Somebody got to go. We cannot let somebody like that go.
And then y'all going to go get Cody Kessler to
First of all, Jameson ain't going to ever wear blue a day in his life. He was already he was a Dookie, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was a Dookie. He already wore blue.
He wore blue one time, but I forgive him.
He wore blue 4 years.
So I put that proposition out there for Matt. And so if Terrell Pryor hits those, all those benchmarks, I believe Matt has to come on the show in the Redskin jersey. I mean, that's what I think is fair. And
if he doesn't,
I'll apologize.
No, that's not the way that goes. You know what I'm saying? I will ship you a nice crispy. No, what is? I feel like a Giants hat ain't enough. Like it needs to be Odell jersey, but I ain't about to kick out $150 a scene.
Right?
Jersey, so.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yo, get him a nice Giants like a shirt you get for your wife. Get it for Jairus and a hat. Bang. Now you gotta wear a girl
still
shirt.
Got the Phil Sims throw now. Phil, that's too far back.
Yeah,
I don't know. We'll figure it
out. Get him one of those fake Eli jerseys or helmets. They got signed.
Oh boy,
game worn.
Well, things get lost in the mail all the time, man. That's tragic.
We'll see, man. Guys. We'll talk about this further on in the season.
We got enough post-show chattering. Thank you guys for tuning in. Like I said, it's the Just Critting Around Sportscast every week, every Monday, 8:30 or around 8:30. We'll be there. We'll see you next week. I'm Chris. It's Matt. It's Jairus for Justin. And the guy with no face, Aaron Diggs. We'll see you next time.
Later.
Yeah.